This room has come a long way from being overrun with cat posters. Over the last few months, I've built a new closet and turned half the room into a multi-purpose office and bedroom. But now it's finally time to put together our baby's nursery. Hello everyone! Today we're finally working in the nursery. I am so excited. I've been really looking forward to working on this accent wall. As you can see, I've already been busy prepping this wall for paint. In the last video, you watched me do all of the prep work, so I figured I would just put a little bit of the prep work in here. All of the same prep work applies. I got rid of blue sticky tack. I pulled nails and screws out of the wall. There were a ton of them. I patched the holes, sanded everything down, and I primed. I will add to that I just primed this back wall and what would be touching this wall because I really want to get this accent wall done. I'm so excited about it, and I know that if I go back in and touch it with primer, I'll be really upset. I don't feel like I'm as likely to hit this wall with the tan paint as I would be to hit it with primer and paint. So that is why I just primed up to a certain point so far. Everything will be primed, but I really just wanted to start on this wall, so let's get into it. Before painting, I caulked all of the seams just to ensure that there weren't any gaps between the wall and the trim. This wall was not nearly as bad as the other half of the room, thankfully. Then it was time to paint, and for this wall, I decided to use the color Naval by Sherwin-Williams.
Oh my gosh, already. I'm obsessed. Oh my god, it looks so good with the stars. Cannot wait.
Tell me when you're ready. I'll get away, he's waiting. I learned to love that look, and I can read your signs. We're jumping on the first bus. Don't need no one to save us. We're pulling up the curtain that covers this blue sky. Oh, tell me, can you feel we're floating in the air? We are midnight birds floating through the night clouds, setting sails up high and light. Let us sky with us in the dusk. Let a film can hold us, just a sparkling rays in the ocean waves. We feel them on our heels yet, but they will never get us. We're running fast as lightning. They want to turn back time. There is so much peace here. We're floating through the atmosphere. We lighter than a feather, soaring into space. 'Cause I know that you see the world.
So while I'm waiting for the second coat of paint to dry, I have this old poster board that I'm going to practice making stars on. So I do have a little bit of the blue paint left in my paint tray. So I'm going to paint the poster board just so that I have an idea of what it's going to look like on the wall. And then once this is all dry, then I will go in and practice my stars. There are a couple of different techniques that I really would like to try, but my main goal is to make sure that I have an understanding of water to paint ratio. So that way I don't end up with stars dripping down the wall. I don't want drippy stars. I want nice, crisp stars, and I would really love to not have to paint them by hand if I don't have to. Okay, my poster board is dry. It definitely curled in because it is a styrofoam board, but I'm not being particular about this because this is strictly for practice. I moved to this corner of the room so that I don't make a complete mess. I have a little bit of plastic back here to hopefully help with paint splatter. I picked up a brand new brush from Ace. This is a 3-inch brush. It does have an angle, which is what I saw was best for flicking stars. And then I just have my sample of Chantilly lace that I picked up. I'm going to use Chantilly lace on the wall because that's the color of the trim, and I have a lot of water. Link below, I'm going to post the tutorials that I watched for this. I found this guy named Mural Joe on YouTube, and he is super talented, and he gives really great instructions for painting. So definitely go check out his channel whenever you get a second because it's really awesome and I appreciate all of his tips that he has given. So I'm going to try them here. I'd also like to apologize for the lighting because this half of the room is just awful for lighting and I'm trying the best I can with what I've got right now. Start with just pouring a little paint in the tin and then watering it down from there. Okay, let's try this. Oh man, it's just a poster board, like. Oh wait, no, I love it. Bet. I mean, honestly, I'm good. I didn't expect to have this much fun. That's dope. Further back. And then up close. Definitely don't want to get up close because then I'll end up with this. Okay, wait, like that's pretty sick. Okay, I'm just gonna use this mixture on the wall. Oh, I'm nervous. Even the train's nervous for me. Ooh. Okay. I can do this. I just practiced. It looks great. This is dope. Too big. to paint over this section right here. It's just a little too concentrated for me because I have plans for something else right over the crib. So I think that this will just be a little too much. I'm going to map out the crib first, see how that's going to go. And if it is a little too busy, I'll paint over it and redo it. I come to you once again with paint samples. So whenever I picked the color for the other half of the room, initially I planned for that color to carry over to the other 3 walls in this room. However, that side is a lot more beige than gray, and I definitely picked a gray whenever I pick the colors. I always get samples from the hardware store, and then I go to either Benjamin Moore or Sherwin-Williams for the actual paint itself. So I don't know if maybe there was some sort of discrepancy, but the color that I purchased is more of a grayish than a gray. And I wanted a gray, obviously, like a beige is not going to go with this wall very well. So I have 3 samples here. I have a light, medium, and dark in a gray. And I spent quite some time picking between these 3. So the dark gray was an immediate no for me, but held up to the wall together for both the medium and the light gray. I preferred the light gray whenever I held up the medium and the light side by side. However, I preferred the medium whenever I held it up to all of the side walls. Eventually, I just really couldn't decide on which one I wanted, and Jared said he preferred the lighter one, which I think will go better with the accent wall. So I decided to pick the lighter gray called Gray Matters. One thing about this room is that none of this really makes sense with the theme. So I will be removing this top piece up here. However, I will be keeping the trim. I think it looks fine. It is a little royal for the space, but I think that once this big medallion at the top is taken down, it'll be a lot better. Another reason why I'm keeping it is because they've done quite a few intricate cuts and angles to make this work. And at this point in time, I don't think I have the energy and materials to replace this, and it's not offensive. I mean, I like it. I think it's very cute, but I think that once this comes down, it will look a lot better. This medallion popped off a lot easier than I expected it to, thankfully, and I also did not realize that it was real wood. I was kind of expecting it to be a foam, so that was a pleasant surprise. The majority of the lines across all of the woodwork in here look pretty decent, but I am still going to add a bit of caulk just to make sure that if there are any gaps, I have them covered. Actually is, and that's because I have really no light source in this half of the room, and the sun has been setting for a while, but like it's so good. It looks really good in here. So I just finished the second coat of the gray, and it looks so good in here. I'm so excited that the lavender is gone, and now it's time to get rid of the pink baseboards and all of the pink woodwork in here, and to finally set it up for baby. I'm so ready for that. With the windows open, the paint that I use on the wall does not really have an odor at all. However, even with the windows open and the air purifier on, the Benjamin Moore paint that I use for the trim still smells really strong. So I am gonna wear a respirator for that. But yeah, let's get rid of the pink.
flies. There's no disguising how I feel whenever I'm with you. I've waited till the moment's right to look into those starry eyes and say the words that I'm thinking all the time. Oh, I do, I do, I do, I love you. Oh, I do, I do, I do, I love you. With all my heart, I love you, dear, I do. So let's start again, but money this time I'll have you and you'll have me, and we can go wherever we want to. Our friends and family line our pathway with stars for me and you. Oh, I do, I do, I do, I love you. Oh, I do, I do, I do, I love you. Oh, I do, I do, I do, I love you. And I do, I do, I do, I love you.
This is the last bit of pink that is in this room. It has been an eyesore for me since we moved into the house, since we bought the house. And I saved it for last because I knew that I wanted to get to this. So let's get rid of the pink paint.
With all my heart, I love you, dear. With all my heart, I love you, dear. I do.
I just finished the second coat of white on all of the trim and it looks so good in here. So happy to be done with the pink trim finally, but I do want to talk about the door. All of the doors in this house are solid wood and I'm going to be stripping every single door in the house because there is lead paint under the top coat of each door. That being said, I went back and forth in my mind a couple of times of whether I wanted to paint the door white now or just leave it. And I think this is going to be the first project that I do after baby once I'm cleared to resume work. Take this door off, strip the door and the hardware because the hardware is really nice. Even like the door lock, I didn't want to continue to paint over the lock because I'd like to see what the original actually looks like. It's pink currently, but I feel like it would be really pretty in its natural color and its natural state. So I'm not painting the door white just yet. I probably will paint it just so that it'll go with the rest of the room. But once it's stripped, I'll finally be able to see what the doors look like. So unfortunately, this is going to remain pink with blue sticky tack for a little while, but I'm hoping to have really beautiful doors in the near future. I purchased this paintable outlet cover for the accent wall, and after install, I went in with some paint to do a few touch-ups. I then moved on to clean the fan. It was quite gross, so I'm happy that I thought to do this before adding the crib to the room. I will be working on spring cleaning this week, but it feels so good to at least have this room clean and ready. I then Swiffered and vacuumed the floors, and it was finally time to move the rug in. I purchased this rug months ago and I am so excited to finally see it in this space. I hope that it matches and I hope that it looks good because as you can tell I have not opened it yet, so we'll see. It's round. Why is it round? It was not supposed to be round. Definitely ordered a square rug. Oh, it's pretty. As you could probably tell from my reaction, I was not expecting that rug to be round, and as much as I liked it, I hated that it didn't cover as much floor space as I hoped it would. Because it'll be a while before we can refinish these floors, I wanted to have a rug that would cover a majority of the floor. So I spent the next several hours looking online for rugs. All rugs are crazy expensive, but I ended up finding one at IKEA for like $30. I then spent the next day in IKEA about ready to have a full meltdown over textiles, so I put together this quick mood board and purchased the new area rug and curtains. I love the round rug. I think it was a happy accident. However, with the state of these floors, I really wanted and felt like there was a need for a larger area rug. So I found this rug at IKEA for $30, which I think is a great layering rug to put under the round rug. I knew that I was going to be going to IKEA today anyway because I wanted to pick up some curtains, and I found these super cute curtains as well. We finally put the crib together. It was truly a family affair. Chewy helped me flatten this area of the rug here, and then we finally put it into place, and it looks so good. Can you grab that bottom for me?
Too hard.
Mattress is very light. Can I breathe through it? Oh yeah, very breathable. Highly breathable mattress, as advertised.
Do you feel more prepared now?
I do feel more prepared now. I'm ready to go wash his little sheets and put them on.